Bobby's breakdowns, where knowledge grows, entertaining us all as the excitement flows. From films to wrestling, he's the pro.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and sorry, I'm gonna sound just like the last video, but I couldn't leave you guys hanging. We had 2 more videos left, and I'm gonna power through and get these done one way or another. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Yes, Christmas Eve. I can't believe we are here. It's insane. With Christmas Eve comes a good Christmas story to review. Yes, I'm going to be reviewing the all-time classic, one of my favorite Christmas movies. I watch it every year, A Christmas Story. I'm sure everybody has heard of it one way or another, whether you like it or not. But if you haven't, I don't know what to tell you. But with that being said, let's dive right in. We go to the iconic Cleveland street where Ralphie and his parents and his brother live. That's still a tourist attraction to this day. It's kind of cool. We see all 4 of the kids looking through the window. They're looking at the toys. It's Christmas time. They're mesmerized. They want it all. You know, we were all there at one point. We remember those days. And then Ralphie sees the Red Ryder BB gun, and he falls in love with it. And by the way, the guy narrating the story, Gene Shepard, through the movie, I love his narrations. Some of the lines he hits you with are really good. And we finally meet Ralphie's parents and brother, and boy, is the old man a character. We will get into some iconic scenes with him. But the mother at one point says, "Ralphie, what do you want for Christmas?" And he thinks about it, and he just blurts out, "The Red Ryder BB gun." The mother goes, "No, you'll shoot your eye out." We hear that a few times in this movie, and he's like, "Oh no, what have I done? They're on to me." So then we cut to an imaginary scene. Ralphie's dreaming, and we see Ralph save the house from robbers with the Red Ryder BB gun. At one point, we see the furnace start to go officially. The old man's like, "Arr." So the old man heads down there, and you can hear it through the vents. He's going to town. What exactly he's saying, nobody knows, because it's not English. But, like I said, he's crazy. The old man's great in this movie, truthfully. He doesn't win the battle with the furnace. Spoiler alert. So then we see one of the most iconic scenes from this movie, in my opinion. The mother is dressing Ralphie and Randy to go to school, and she dresses up Randy just a little too much, and his arms are out. It's hard to see, but they're like, "Put your arms down, back up," and the mother's like, "Just put your arms down when you get to school." So, you know, I always love that scene. Then we see all the kids in the class go outside for like recess or whatever, and they go outside to the flagpole. If you've seen this movie, you know what's coming. Schwartz triple dog dares Flick to stick his tongue to the flagpole. Flick does it, but he can't get it off. And everyone's like, "Oh no, what do we do?" The bell rings, they all run inside, and the teacher's like, "Where's Flick?" And they're just like, "I don't know, Flick who?" And the one girl, like, not discreetly points it, and she sees him, so she calls the fire department. And the fire department eventually gets Flick off of the pole, and he comes back to class with like a band-aid on his tongue or whatever. As the 3 boys are walking home, they encounter the bullies. Scott Farkas, not Scott Farkas, believe it or not, and Grover Dill, and they pick on the boys a little, and you know, boys will be boys, and eventually the boys escape. And yeah, we will come back to those guys in a minute. Ralphie has a homework assignment. He has to write an essay on what he wants for Christmas. And of course, he's got his eyes on that Red Ryder BB gun. And as he's writing it, the old man comes home, but the old man gets ambushed by the Bumpus' dogs. There's about 785, I think he said exactly, of those dogs, and those dogs ignore every other human being on Earth but the old man. So the old man comes in, he goes, "I won an award." And they were like, "Well, what'd you win?" He's like, I don't know, we'll be here tonight." So they're eating dinner. The mother is having trouble making Randy eat, And she just goes, show me how the piggies eat. And he goes, very funny scene, of course. And the father and Ralphie are just like, what? But eventually, knock on the door. Everyone's like, and the old man just goes, it's here. The award in question, again, if you've seen this movie, you know. The leg lamp. The old man was amazed by it. He loved it. He thought it was amazing. The mother was not too much into it. The leg lamp doesn't last long, unfortunately. So Ralphie hands in his essay at school, and he gives the teacher a fruit basket to try and bribe her to give him a good grade. And he envisions, many envisions, of the teacher giving him an A, and she's going crazy and she loves it. But that's not what happens, and we'll come back to that. So the family's on their way home, and the car breaks down. And at the mother's request, she says, Ralphie, why don't you go help your father? So Ralphie's trying to help the father, and all the bolts that they needed fly out into the road. They're not going to be able to find it. The father just looks at Ralphie, and Ralphie says, oh, fudge. Only he didn't say fudge. He said the word, the F-dash word. And the father goes, what did you say? And he's like, that's what I thought you said. Get in the car. The father tells the mother, which I always thought was weird. I thought the father would let it go because he's all about boys being boys. But no, he told the mother straight up. I don't know, some weird scenes from this movie for sure. The mother puts the bar of soap in Ralphie's mouth, and she's like, where did you learn that word? In reality, it was from the old man. But he's like, Schwartz! And the mother calls his mother, and the mother just, bam, bam, bam. And, how the mother didn't know, I don't know, but... So then we fast forward a little. We see a scene in the future where Ralphie shows up to the house, and he's blind as anything from the BB gun because he shot his eye out, of course. So Ralphie finally gets home, and he gets the decoder pen from Little Orphan Annie, and we're going to spoil it right now. Ovaltine he gets. Crummy commercial, and he is not happy. So the next scene, we don't see it, but we hear glass shatter. The father comes running up from downstairs. What was that? Ralphie's just like, I don't know. He walks in, and the mother's holding the leg lamp. He's like, you did this on purpose. And he's like, where's the glue? And she's like, we don't have any. And he's like, you used up all the glue on purpose. Ralphie gets a C on that essay, and he is not happy. The teacher tells him the same thing. You'll shoot your eye out. And he thinks there's collusion going on with the teacher and his mother and all that. He's not happy. So he's walking home. You can tell he's bummed out. And unfortunately for Scott and Grover, they picked the wrong day to mess with this kid. Throws a snowball at his face, and Ralphie loses his mind. He starts going to town on Scott. Grover tries to help, but Ralphie beats him up too. Grover runs. The mother and Randy have to yank him off. Ralphie's like, oh no, I'm in major trouble. And the mother saved him, believe it or not. The mother's like, oh, he got into a scuffle today. And the father's like, scuffle? What do you mean? She's like, oh, boys will be boys. And he's just like, oh, okay. And that was that. And Ralphie even says, he's like, me and my mother's relationship changed after that for the good. Then we see Ralphie and Randy meet Santa. Ralphie and Randy are mesmerized, but eventually Ralphie gets out. He wants a Red Ryder BB gun. And Santa goes, you'll shoot your eye out. And he goes, Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. And he kicks his face down the slide. And Ralphie goes down. Again, one of the iconic scenes that everybody knows. We finally get to Christmas morning. Ralphie and Randy are opening up all their gifts. They blow through it. And then the mother gets the father something. And she's like, here. And she drops it. He's like, oh, thank you. It was a bowling ball, of course, And then we see Ralphie get the pink costume from his aunt that he wears, and the father's like, oh, no. You look like a deranged Easter bunny. He's go take that off, so Ralphie does. Randy is crashed right now. He's sleeping. So the parents are like, did you get everything you wanted? And he's like, oh, almost. And he's like, the dad's like, oh, okay. What's that in the corner over there? Ralphie's like, what? He goes, behind the piano. He's like, go check it out. Ralphie picks up the present. He opens it. It's the red Ryder BB gun. The mother's like, what? And the dad's like, I had one when I was 8 years old. Let him be a kid. So Ralphie is over the moon. He does it. He gets the red Ryder BB gun. But unfortunately, Ralphie did indeed hurt himself. He broke his glasses while doing it. But he told the parents it was an icicle that got him. And for some reason, the parents believe it. We are now towards the end of the movie. The old man is going, trying to navigate the turkey, trying to sneak a piece. The mother won't let him. And while the old man sits down, he thinks it's a moment of calmness. The neighbor dogs break in and they destroy the turkey by eating it. The father's like, Bumbuses, I hate you. They think Christmas is ruined until the old man says, I have an idea. We are going out to eat. They go to a Chinese restaurant. The Chinese employees are attempting to sing Deck the Halls, and obviously the language barrier, they can't do it.
Tis the season to be jolly.
So they eat, they come back home, and the final scene of the movie, we see the mother and father looking out the window, watching the snowfall. They're very nice, the Christmas tree is there. And we see Ralphie and Randy sleeping. Ralphie has a brief smile, and it zooms in, and you can see he's sleeping with his Red Ryder BB gun. And that's the end of the movie, folks. Do you like A Christmas Story like I do? Sound off below. And lastly, some movie facts. Flick obviously didn't get his tongue stuck to the pole. They used a suction device to make it look like he got stuck to the pole. Darren McGavin, who played the old man, his, rants of non-English and gibberish, he did that on purpose to make sure the movie still had a PG rating. Peter Billingsley, who played Ralphie, when he's beating up Scott, you hear him doing the same thing, but apparently he scripted those, which I don't know how you script those. Not many studios were interested in this movie, but the one that finally took them, it became a cult classic. The teacher was 8 months pregnant during the filming, but they just shot her from the stomach up. And I didn't know that till a few years ago, so that's kind of cool. And finally, the line that Darren McGavin, the old man, says, you look like a deranged Easter bunny, was ad-libbed. He thought it was funny, and they were like, wow, that's a good line. And that is my review of A Christmas Story. And folks, that's my final video of the year. That's it for 2024. Crazy. It was a good year. I can't even lie. You saw me through good, you saw me through bad. We'll get into that in the year in review though, for sure. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Again, 2024 is over, folks. It's crazy. I love you all. Thanks for joining me on this ride. And we will see you in 2025. For the year of 2024, video-wise, Bobby's Breakdowns is out. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bobby's breakdowns, where knowledge grows, entertaining us all as the excitement flows. From films to wrestling, he's the pro.